pop the hood. Anyway, that looked really sketchy. These are the top 10 things that I love about my Camaro LT1. We're going to start off with the engine because the engine it's pretty powerful, baby. Let's go ahead and pop the hood. The 2021 Chevy Camaro LT1 features a 6.2 liter V8 making 455 horsepower. That's a lot of horsepower. Not too bad for a car that comes in at a fairly decent cost, especially since they discontinued. Watch me struggle to pop the hood on my own car. Pop the hood. Anyway, that looked really sketchy. Anyway, so here we go. Here's the 6.2 liter V8. This thing's a beauty. It's also very dirty, so let's just ignore the fact that it is. So the only modifications I have on this car are it's just the intake. So nothing else, super simple. All right, right after that, transitioning into my second favorite thing, one being the engine, two being the transmission. Features a 10-speed automatic transmission. No, I did not get the 6-speed manual. Yes, I know it's a better experience, but you gotta, like, if you want to make serious power on these cars, you get the 10-speed automatic. Those are a couple things as far as the engine transmission. Number 3, that's going to be the wheels. There's 2, actually, number 3 and 4. Number 3 is the fact that the wheels just look great. I love the gloss black on them. You can pan the camera over to the wheels. They're super clean. I think they look a lot better than some of the other stock wheels that the Camaros come with. Obviously, the SSs come with some pretty amazing wheels, but for a more budget muscle car like this is, these are some pretty great wheels. My other favorite thing is the fact that these wheels are not staggered. If you don't know what that means, staggered wheels are pretty much where you have a smaller size up in the front and then a larger meteor tire in the rear because it's a rear-wheel drive car. That's where the main point of traction needs to be when you're, it sends the power to the rear wheels. So you want more grip in the rear, no doubt. But you can swap the wheels back and forth at your leisure, which is great for doing, tire rotations. You don't have to replace tires as often, especially if you go with something like a Toyo tire that lasts a little bit longer, although it doesn't give you the performance that a Pirelli or some other tire would. Moving on to the interior, where at least 3 or 4 of the other favorite things I have about this car. Well, go ahead and just walk around, join me in here while we go over some of these details. Starting with one of my favorite things, the flat bottom steering wheel. This is just super basic, but it's so comfortable to drive with. I think it looks dope. I've added some carbon fiber accents. Of course, these are just stick on. They're to protect some of the stuff while making it look cool because I tend to scratch things up pretty easily. Moving on to the next thing, whatever number that is, I'll just throw it up on the screen. At this point, I'm just giving up on keeping track of the numbers. That would be wireless Apple CarPlay. The 2021s came with wireless Apple CarPlay. I didn't even know that. I was told it was wired at the dealership. Then it connected to my phone immediately. It's super convenient. Obviously, don't have to have a cord plugged in, but there is a place to plug in the cord back over here, which is great. Moving on to the next thing, the cloth seats. I love the cloth seats. They're super basic. They're easy to clean. They're comfortable. And in the Florida sun, they do not burn your behind or back, which after having owned multiple cars with leather, it becomes super inconvenient getting in and out of your car when it's just blistering hot outside. It's ridiculous. Moving on to the trunk of the vehicle, my favorite part. There's plenty of space back here. I will say the opening is kind of small, so fitting certain items in here is difficult. I can't say it straight. But it's really deep, which is great. You can actually drop the back seats in the rear, and it gives you a little bit more space. So that leads me to the last 2 things that I love about this car. Number 9, the sharp angles. I know it's a bit rounded in certain parts, but I love the aggressive angles on the car. It's super, super nice. It's great when you're looking for aftermarket parts because everything just flows really well, especially when you're doing like ZL1 kind of mods, things like that. Moving on to the last thing, number 10, which you've all been waiting for. It's such a big thing. It's just the fact that the car is not super low to the ground. Of course it's low. It's a sports car. But compared to something like a Corvette of almost any generation, it's a lot higher. I don't have to worry about speed bumps. I don't have to worry about a slight up angle in the road. It's really convenient, so I can take it to meets. I don't have to worry about any of that stuff. So this has been the 10 things that I love about my LT1 Camaro. If you guys like this video, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. If you want to see the 10 things I hate, which there are plenty because I daily the car, I can make that video as well. Just let me know in the comments. I'll catch you guys later.